Oh, nice. Woo! Ooh, that's a nice gill, dude.
What is that big thing?
I don't know, dude. Little man has floundered himself asleep. Poor guy. On today's home movie, we're looking back at all our summer fishing adventures that didn't make it to their own videos. Plus, Ryder and I are debuting our brand new channel name and logo. The VCR is primed.
Hook, line, rewind.
The leaves are beginning to collect here on the ground around the fishing shed, marking the end of summer in South Louisiana. It's time to clean up and store some of the summer gear and start unpacking and checking the equipment we'll be using during fall fishing. The change in season also marks a big change for the channel. Today, Ryder and I are rebranding with our brand new name. Now, we've been super fortunate to grow to a point here where we can soon start offering store links, merchandise, and memberships. But we've realized that our name is very similar to other bigger channels, and we're finding that we're getting lost in the search results. Additionally, a lot of the external web addresses we would have wanted were also taken. So after some research, some online polls through our community, and a strong emphasis on Ryder's favorite pick, we've decided on a name: Hook, Line, Rewind. It's something that sets us apart and still allows for the signature retro editing style and the presentation we've become known for. But don't worry, the heart of our channel remains the same. Fun, family fishing adventures that we hope inspire others to do the same. Speaking of fishing adventures, while we were able to go on some wonderful adventures and put out some great home movies this summer, fishing in the heat of Louisiana summer can prove difficult and not all that fruitful sometimes. So a lot of our attempts this year resulted in memorable trips that didn't yield a lot of fish or quite enough footage for an entire home movie. One of our go-to fishing trips throughout the year is fishing along the bayou at Uncle David's house. In the past, we've been able to use the sunfish to catch as bait for bigger fish like catfish and gar. Unfortunately, many of the trips this summer just didn't produce anything very large there on the bayou. However, the trips are a great way to build Ryder's fishing skills.
Dad,
Yes.
a crab tried to eat my bait.
A crab?
Yes.
Oh, nice! Woo! Ooh, that's a nice gill, dude. Nice, dude. Well, we're getting a lot of bait, huh? Whoa, nice.
After one meat, I catch another one.
That was awesome, dude. Ooh. What? What is this guy? Who are you, Mr. Pull that cork underwater? How'd you even do that? You are so tiny. We were also able to scout out a brand new fishing site right along the huge intercoastal canal at a family friend's house. We've done some initial scouting, and I think this might be a huge opportunity to catch some big catfish in the fall. And there's also ducks there. Another fishing tactic we've been toying with this summer is using range cattle cubes from our local feed store as a chum for catfishing. They're fairly cheap, they come in bulk bags, and they're pretty much mess-free compared to other chum baits. I think the best aspect of the range cubes, however, was the fact that Ryder loved throwing them into the water. Fishing with kids can be the most difficult when there's nothing for them to do but wait. So having a specific task required of them to do works wonders for kids being engaged during the fishing trips. I think he actually liked throwing the cubes in the water more than actually fishing. And on this particular trip, our only window to fish came during one of the warmest times of the day. So fishing was expected to be slow, despite the fact we were using chum and punch bait. While we did have a blast during the session, we really only landed a single fish, and it wasn't quite enough for a whole video, but as usual, Ryder had a great time. Oh, Ryder, he's on, dude. He's on. Come here, dude. Yes, you can reel it in. You want to walk it over where you just were? That way I can net him easy. You still feel him? Oh yeah, dude, you feel him. Good job, dude. Great job, Ryder. Way to muscle him over. All right, whoa, 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 right there, right there. That's plenty good. Nice, dude. Nice.
What kind of catfish is it?
The channel cat, dude. Yeah. Woo. The baiting is working. We got him, dude. Look at that. That's a beautiful little channel.
Can we keep him?
Yeah, you want to keep him? I'm ready to keep him. Sometimes our summer trips just didn't pan out due to weather. We've been stand-up paddleboarding a lot more this year, and I've been trying to incorporate fishing into that as well. And on a summer trip to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, we set out to paddle along the beach and a nearby pier to see if I could finally catch a fish on my board. Unfortunately, low chance of rain in the Gulf Coast doesn't always mean you're going to stay dry, and as soon as we got to the beach, we could see a pretty heavy storm rolling in. We waited the storm out and we made an attempt to paddle out after that, but the winds just kept up and proved way too strong to safely paddle around the old pier, and then a second storm quickly made its way in right behind the other one. We did come prepared, however, with our surf fishing gear, and we did still manage to have a blast fishing and playing together as a family in the sand. However, all the lines really produced were some unwanted hardheads and a small little stingray that Ryder had a good time checking out. We also upgraded our cameras this summer to allow for better night fishing footage. With the hot South Louisiana summer, evening and night fishing sessions are much easier on little kids like Ryder. One of our favorite night fishing activities is flounder gigging. So we set out to test the new camera and figure out our night settings and headed out to the Mississippi Gulf Coast again. The gigging reports had been pretty good for that area, and we went out at night with a pretty good water clarity. Unfortunately, we only scored one flounder that night, which doesn't make for a very long video. But we did have a hilarious time trying to confirm that the fish was legal before we actually stuck it. And even though it wasn't a hugely successful evening, we did learn a lot about our new camera and how it works at night, and that's going to be really important going forward for other fishing videos. Plus, Ryder had a blast, so much so that he actually fell asleep on the water during the gigging because he was so exhausted. And in the end, that's what matters most. Did Ryder have a good time? Did we make some good family memories? Now, sometimes it wasn't just missed opportunities to film or poor fishing conditions. There's an important balance between creating channel content and setting aside time for family. One of our recent trips out to the Florida Panhandle was just to get away and give Mom some much needed beach time. There was a lot of rain in the forecast, and to be honest, I was also a bit burnt out on filming. So while we did set the camera up occasionally, most of our time spent on the beach or fishing was just between us, the family. However, one of our sessions yielded an amazing catch that I was content to just enjoy between us. But as I was fighting the fish, my wife just knew we wouldn't want to miss it, so she quickly ran over, hit record on the camera, and tried to grab one of our biggest catches of the summer.
What is that big thing?
I don't know, dude. It might be a drum or a red. Whoa. Whoa, it might be a redfish, dude. Here, go ahead and hit the battery started dying on the camera, but we had a really fun fight on this redfish, dude. Woo! Oh, almost, Ryder. Well, that's gonna do it for another home movie. Be kind, please rewind. Ryder, anything else to add?
If you bring a kid fishing. Subscribe, please.